The largest tree in the world. Known as General Sherman, it is a giant sequoia tree located in California. This tree stands at a height of 83 meters and has a trunk diameter of 11 meters. General Sherman is also one of the largest living beings in the world in terms of volume, with an estimated 1,286 cubic meters. Giant sequoia trees can live up to 3,000 years and are mainly found on the west coast of the United States. What about in your country? Butterflies can taste with their feet. When a butterfly lands on a surface, the pads on its feet stick to the surface and the taste organs come into contact with it. This allows them to detect chemical substances on the surface, such as flower nectar or chemicals produced by toxic plants. Salmon can smell the water where they were born. Due to their incredible sense of smell, salmon can detect and remember the scent of their birthplace. When they are born, they spend some time in the river before migrating to the ocean, where they live for several years. A pink lake. Caused by the presence of microorganisms that produce red pigments in the water, Lake Retba is a lake located in Senegal, known for its intense pink color. Due to these microorganisms, the lake's water has a pink appearance that can vary in intensity depending on the season and weather conditions. The Heaven's Gate. In China, there is a mountain that appears to float in the air due to a natural cloud formation. The mountain is actually a rock formation with a natural arch carved into it, located in Zhangjiajie National Park. The floating mountain effect, known as the Heaven's Gate, occurs when clouds cover the base of the rock formation and rise above it, creating the illusion that the mountain is floating in the air. What about you? Would you dare to visit it? The Cave of Giant Crystals. Located in Chihuahua, Mexico, it is known for housing some of the largest natural crystals in the world, some measuring up to 12 meters long. These crystals were formed by mineral-rich water that leaked into the cave and slowly evaporated, leaving behind the crystals. Dragon blood trees. On the island of Socotra, Yemen, grow trees that have a very strange appearance, which produce a curious red resin. This resin is used in traditional medicine and in the manufacture of varnishes, paints, and dyes. The trees known as dragon blood trees are valued for their wood and fruit, which is used to produce oil. The country with the most pyramids in the world. Egypt and pyramids are almost synonymous, but did you know that there are also pyramids in Sudan? Nubia, a region of Sudan, has 255 pyramids, twice as many as Egypt, but the Nubian pyramids are not as visited as those in Egypt. Wild rabbits. In Japan, there is a small island called Okunoshima, which is known for its population of wild rabbits that roam freely across the island. In the 1970s, the island was reopened to the public, and the rabbits, which had been released by a group of students in the 1960s, began to proliferate. The Heart of Uluru. In Uluru Kata National Park, Utah, Australia, there is a rock formation known as the Heart of Uluru, or the Red Heart, which resembles a giant heart in the middle of the Australian desert. This rock formation is actually a large sandstone mill that rises over 340 meters above ground and extends to a depth of 5 to 6 kilometers below the surface. Additionally, its impressive appearance. The Uluru Formation is also famous for its ability to change color throughout the day, making it a spectacular sight at sunrise and sunset. Nature is incredible, isn't it? The longest living crab in the world. The horseshoe crab is a species that has existed on Earth for about 450 million years, making it one of the oldest living species in the world. Despite its name, it is not a true crab and belongs to a family of arthropods called Limulidae. The horseshoe crab is found in the North Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico and is known for its blue blood, which is used in tests for bacterial endotoxins. Furthermore, these animals play a crucial ecological role as cleaners of beaches and seabeds. The peacock spider. Also known as Maratus volans, it is one of the most colorful spider species in the world. It is found in Australia and is known for its bright, distinctive fan of colors resembling a peacock's tail. In addition to its colorful appearance, this spider has an unusual courtship behavior in which males display their color fan to attract females. A fish of two sexes. The clownfish has the ability to change its sex due to a process known as protandrous sequential hermaphroditism. In this species, fish are born as males, and later some individuals transform into females. The fog. Composed of small water droplets, fog is a low cloud that forms when the air at the surface cools and becomes saturated with water, reducing visibility in the atmosphere, but without affecting air density. It is dense enough to reduce visibility to less than a kilometer. Fog is found at higher altitudes in the atmosphere, often at mountaintops, while mist is found close to the ground, especially in valleys and low areas. The heart of the blue whale. Weighing approximately 600 kilograms and measuring over 1.5 meters long, it is the largest organ of any known animal on Earth. The reason for its size is that it needs to pump blood throughout the whale's body, including its huge lungs and its extremely large circulatory system. Cows are social animals. Just as you heard, cows often form close and lasting friendships with other members of their herd that they prefer to spend time with. When they are separated from their close friends, cows can experience anxiety and stress, which can affect their behavior and well-being. Surviving without eating. Did you know that scorpions can store large amounts of fat in their bodies, allowing them to survive for months without food? Furthermore, their metabolism slows significantly when food is not available, helping them conserve energy. Scorpions can also reduce their activity and remain inactive for long periods to save energy. It is Lake Baikal in Russia, with a depth that reaches 1,642 meters at its deepest point. It is also one of the largest lakes in the world by water volume and is located in Siberia. It is one of the most impressive natural wonders in the world and is considered a world treasure of biodiversity. That's right, octopuses have 3 hearts to adapt to their aquatic environment and increase their ability to move water through their bodies and distribute oxygen. 2 of the octopus's hearts pump blood to the gills, where it gets oxygenated, and the 3rd pumps blood to the entire body, including the muscles and internal organs, allowing them to survive in low-oxygen environments. The largest ant in the world, found in New Guinea and measuring approximately 2.5 centimeters long, it is known as the giant queen ant. They have huge jaws and can lift objects weighing up to 50 times their body weight. They live in underground colonies where the queen can lay up to 1 million eggs in her lifetime. Despite their size, these ants are generally peaceful and feed on insects and fruits. Bees are capable of recognizing individual human faces because they have a very advanced vision system. Their eyes are made up of thousands of small individual eyes called ommatidia, allowing them to perceive fine details in images. Additionally, bees have exceptional learning capabilities and can associate a human face with a reward, such as flower nectar, or a threat, like a human who has harmed them in the past. Like human fingerprints, the stripes are like a tiger's fingerprint and allow researchers to identify specific individuals in nature. Additionally, the stripes help tigers camouflage into their natural environment. In Shanjiangjie National Park, China, are the mountains that inspired the landscape of the movie Avatar. Director James Cameron, upon visiting Shanjiangjie National Park in 2008, was impressed by its natural beauty and unique landscapes. It was during this trip that he was inspired to create the iconic landscape of Pandora in the film. What are you waiting for to schedule this trip with family or friends? Located in northern Canada is Baffin Island, home to the largest glacier outside the poles. It covers an area of approximately 6,834 square kilometers, making it one of the largest glaciers in the world. The Langkawi Sky Bridge in Malaysia is a suspension bridge over 700 meters above sea level. This elevation provides spectacular panoramic views of the surroundings, including the Andaman Sea and the nearby islands. The Langkawi Sky Bridge has a total length of approximately 125 meters, which allows it to span a wide space between the mountains. It's an impressive spot to enjoy the natural wonders of the region and capture memorable photographs. Consisting of a set of 66 high-precision lenses, the ALMA Observatory is located in the Atacama Desert in Chile and is home to the largest and most powerful telescope in the world used for studying deep space. ALMA operates using antennas distributed over an area of up to 16 kilometers, giving it unprecedented resolution and sensitivity. Its remote location and the advanced technical features of its antennas allow for cutting-edge scientific research in areas such as stellar formation, galactic evolution, and astrochemistry. Known for being the saltiest body of water in the world, it allows people to float easily on its surface. Traveling to the border between Israel and Jordan, you will find an extremely high concentration of salt, approximately 10 times saltier than all the oceans. Because of the high salt concentration, the water in the Dead Sea is very dense, making it easy for people to float on its surface without any additional effort. Even those who cannot swim can float safely in the water. Due to its uniqueness, the Dead Sea is a popular tourist attraction. On Jeju Island, South Korea, there is a theme park dedicated to the representation and exhibition of love and sexuality. It features a wide collection of sculptures and erotic art that explore various expressions of intimacy and passion. The idea behind the theme park, called Loveland, was to break taboos and encourage openness and communication about sexuality in Korean society. Loveland features over 140 sculptures and works of erotic art created by contemporary Korean artists. The sculptures depict different voices, acts, and situations related to love and human intimacy. In the city of Prague, Czech Republic, you will find the Prague Astronomical Clock, a medieval clock that displays astronomical information and has a mechanical animation every hour. The clock consists of several spheres and disks that show astronomical information, such as the position of the sun and moon, the zodiac, the seasons of the year, and other data related to time and celestial movement. One of the most distinctive features of the astronomical clock is its mechanical animation that activates every hour on the dot during this spectacle. The Shibuya Crossing in Tokyo, Japan, is famous for being one of the busiest and most chaotic pedestrian crossings in the world. It is located in front of Shibuya Station, and whenever the traffic light turns green, hundreds and even thousands of people cross the streets in all directions at the same time. It is an impressive sight and a unique experience for visitors witnessing this urban phenomenon. The Shibuya Crossing has become an iconic symbol of Tokyo and has appeared in numerous movies and TV shows. If we do the math, approximately 1 million people cross Shibuya Crossing every day. Every year, around 1.5 million of these animals migrate in search of fresh pastures and water, creating one of the most impressive spectacles of nature. This great spectacle occurs in Serengeti National Park, located in Tanzania, famous for hosting the annual migration of wildebeests and zebras. This massive migration attracts numerous predators such as lions, leopards, and crocodiles from the Mara River, turning the Serengeti into a vibrant and lively ecosystem. With heights reaching an impressive 300 meters, the Namib Desert, located in Namibia, is known for housing the tallest sand dunes in the world. The most famous is Dune 45, which is one of the most popular attractions in the desert. These dunes were formed over millions of years due to wind action and erosion, creating a unique and fascinating landscape. In the city of Marrakesh, Morocco, lies the Medina of Marrakesh, an ancient walled city full of charm and culture. The Medina is known for its narrow, labyrinthine alleys, bustling souks, and traditional architecture. Strolling through the Medina is immersing yourself in a world of colors, aromas, and sounds, where you can find shops selling crafts, spices, fabrics, ceramics, and much more. The famous Jemaa el Fna Square, located in the heart of the Medina, is another highlight, with street performers, food stalls, and a vibrant atmosphere. Mount Everest continues to grow as you hear it. The world's tallest mountain grows approximately 4 millimeters each year due to the push of tectonic plates. Mount Everest is located in the Himalayas, a geologically active region. The formation of the Himalayas is the result of the collision of two tectonic plates, the Indian tectonic plate and the Eurasian tectonic plate. The geyser that erupts every 90 minutes can be found in Yellowstone National Park in the United States. Known as Old Faithful, this geyser has the unique characteristic of erupting approximately every 90 minutes. This has made it a popular attraction for visitors to Yellowstone National Park. Viewed from space, the Great Barrier Reef in Australia stretches approximately 2,300 kilometers along Australia's northwest coast. This extensive system encompasses more than 344,400 square kilometers of area, making it the largest coral reef in the world. The Great Barrier Reef is home to an incredible biodiversity. It is estimated that this system contains around 2,900 individual reefs and over 1,500 species of fish, as well as a wide range of other marine species, including sea turtles, dolphins, sharks, and manatees. In the town of Coober Pedy, Australia, many people live in underground homes due to the extreme heat of the desert. Coober Pedy is located in an area with an extremely arid and hot climate. During the summer months, temperatures can exceed 45 degrees Celsius. Living in underground homes provides a natural refuge from the high temperatures, as the ground acts as a thermal insulator. Located in the Philippines, the Puerto Princesa Underground River is one of the longest navigable rivers in the world and flows beneath a mountain. The river flows through a subterranean cave located within a limestone mountain. The formation of this cave is the result of geological processes. In 2007, a man named Jason Paget acquired a strange mathematical ability after being hit on the head during an assault. He now sees the world in terms of complex mathematical patterns and can draw fractals from memory. Jason Paget is a remarkable case of acquiring mathematical skills after a head trauma. After being struck in the head during an assault in 2002, Paget developed a condition called savant syndrome, meaning he experienced an extraordinary increase in his mathematical and visual skills. Although it may seem small and insignificant, a single drop can contaminate up to 25 liters of water. I am talking about an oil droplet that can have a devastating impact on the environment. When oil spills into seas, rivers, or lakes, it quickly spreads, forming a thin layer over the surface of the water, creating a barrier that prevents oxygen from entering and blocks sunlight, which negatively affects aquatic life and ecosystems in general. Anteaters are mammals specialized in hunting ants and termites. These incredible animals can consume over 35,000 ants in a single day. Their long, sticky tongue and keen sense of smell allow them to quickly locate and capture their prey. Despite their voracious appetite, anteaters are important for the ecosystem, as they help control insect populations and contribute to the health of the forests and savannas where they live. Cats possess a great ability that all humans envy. They are masters of sleep, spending over 70% of their lives sleeping. These felines love to rest and often take several short naps throughout the day. Their ability to sleep is due to their hunting nature, as they need to conserve energy to chase prey when they are awake. Furthermore, their deep sleep is vital for their health and well-being, allowing them to recover, regenerate their immune system, and process the experiences of the day. Carrots were once purple. Once, in a small town, carrots used to be a deep purple color. But over time, thanks to natural selection and human intervention, their color transformed into the vibrant orange we know today. This color change originated in the Netherlands during the 17th century, when farmers began cultivating orange carrots to honor the House of Orange, the Dutch royal family. It is common for us to experience a slight gain in height upon waking. How is this possible? During the day, gravity compresses our spine and the discs between our vertebrae, making us a bit shorter. However, while we sleep, our spine relaxes and decompresses, allowing the discs to rehydrate and regain their normal thickness. This decompression process can cause us to rise up to a centimeter taller. As we move through the day, gravity exerts its effect again, and we return to our normal height. The production of a 1-liter bottle of Coca-Cola requires approximately 200 liters of water. The process involves several stages, from growing the ingredients to final bottling. To start, large amounts of water are needed to grow the main ingredients, such as cane sugar and corn. These ingredients are then processed and mixed with other components, including additional water to create Coca-Cola's signature syrup. More water is added to carbonate the drink, and finally, it is bottled. Throughout this entire process, large amounts of water are also used to clean and maintain the facilities. To die laughing is a popular expression that alludes to the idea that extreme laughter can be dangerous. While it is rare, there are documented cases of people who have died due to prolonged laughter attacks, which can cause difficulty breathing, trigger heart problems, or even lead to respiratory failure. A well-known example is the Greek philosopher Chrysippus of Soli. According to the story, Chrysippus was reading a joyful joke and laughed uncontrollably to the point of asphyxiation, which ultimately led to his death. The skeleton flower, also known as Diphilea grayi, is a fascinating and unique plant native to Japan and some areas of the United States. It is distinguished by its translucent petals that become transparent when they come into contact with water. This phenomenon has led it to also be known as the glass flower or ghost flower. In addition to its unusual appearance, the skeleton flower has medicinal properties and has been used in traditional medicine to treat ailments such as inflammation and joint pain. The city of Istanbul in Turkey is unique because it spans 2 continents, Europe and Asia. The Bosporus Strait divides the city, connecting the Sea of Marmara to the south with the Black Sea to the north. The Bosporus Bridge is one of the city's most iconic bridges, connecting both sides of Istanbul and allowing vehicles and pedestrians to cross between Europe and Asia. This special geographical location makes Istanbul a fascinating city that combines cultural and architectural influences from both continents. Kruger National Park, located in South Africa, is one of the world's most popular safari destinations and has an incredible diversity of wildlife. Among the many species found in the park are the Big Five, which are the most iconic and sought-after animals in Africa: lion, leopard, elephant, rhinoceros, and buffalo. These animals represent the grandeur and majesty of African fauna, and observing them in their natural habitat is a breathtaking experience. Located in South America, this river contains approximately 20% of the planet's unfrozen freshwater, making it one of the most important sources of fresh water. We are talking about the Amazon River, which is approximately 6,400 kilometers long and flows through several countries including Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador, among many others. In addition to its immense water flow, the Amazon is also famous for its incredible biodiversity, home to thousands of species of fish, birds, mammals, reptiles, and plants, many of which are endemic to the region. The archerfish is a species of freshwater fish found in the rivers and lakes of Asia and Africa. One of its most fascinating features is its ability to shoot jets of water from its mouth to hunt insects located on tree branches. When the archerfish identifies an insect, it positions itself under the prey and shoots a jet of water with great precision and force. This jet strikes the insect and knocks it into the water, where the archerfish captures and eats it. This unique ability allows it to hunt prey that would otherwise be inaccessible. Starfish have the amazing ability to regenerate their lost limbs. If a starfish loses one of its arms, it can regenerate that arm from the remaining part of its body. This regenerative ability is due to the starfish's capacity to quickly regenerate cells and tissues. When a starfish's arm is detached, a stump forms where it was attached. From this stump, specialized cells called stem cells begin to grow, which can differentiate into various types of tissues needed to form a new arm. Over time, these stem cells divide and develop into the different necessary tissues and structures, such as the skeleton, muscles, and organs, until a new, fully functional arm is formed. This regenerative capacity of the starfish is truly surprising and is a unique adaptation in the animal kingdom. It allows them to recover from injuries and maintain excellent survival capacity in their habitat. Standing approximately 25 kilometers or 16 miles high on Mars is the tallest volcano known in our solar system. Known as Olympus Mons, its height makes it nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest, the highest mountain on Earth. Olympus Mons has a diameter of approximately 600 kilometers or about 370 miles, and its formation is believed to be related to past volcanic activity on Mars. It is interesting to note that Mars is home to many fascinating geological features, including volcanoes, canyons, and valleys, which are the result of its geological history. Also known as the dung beetle, this curious little creature has a remarkable ability to navigate using the Milky Way. These beetles are capable of rolling balls of dung in a straight line towards their burrows, even in the dark of night. Scientific studies have shown that ball-rolling beetles can maintain a straight trajectory using the Milky Way as a guide. The okapi is a fascinating animal that for a long time was considered a mythical species or a legendary creature. It was discovered by science in 1901, surprising the zoological community. It is native to the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Central Africa. At first glance, its appearance may seem strange as it combines features of both the giraffe and the zebra. It has a robust body and long legs similar to those of a giraffe, but its coat has a distinctive striped pattern akin to that of a zebra. Once the okapi was discovered and documented, it became an iconic species and gained the interest and admiration of many. Today, it is considered an endangered animal due to habitat loss and poaching. There is only one animal with 4 knees. I'm talking about the fascinating elephants that, unlike most land mammals, have 4 knees instead of 2. This is because their front legs have a joint at the top that resembles a knee and another at the bottom, like a true knee. This allows them to bend their front legs similarly to how we bend our knees. Their hind legs also have knee-like joints, providing them with greater stability while walking and helping them support their massive weight. This unique adaptation is one of the many amazing features of elephants. It is said that losing your pinky finger equates to 50% of your arm strength. This claim is a myth and not supported by scientific evidence. While each finger plays an important role in hand function, losing the pinky would not significantly affect the total strength of the arm. Arm strength depends on the integrity of various muscles, tendons, and joints, as well as coordination and training. Losing a finger may affect dexterity and skill in certain activities requiring hand use, but it does not have a direct impact on overall arm strength. Therefore, there is no reason to believe that losing the pinky will decrease arm strength by 50%. Are polar bears left-handed? As carnivores adapted to life in the Arctic, they have strong front limbs and sharp claws that enable them to swim and hunt in the water. But polar bears are not necessarily left-handed. Although there are no conclusive studies on paw dominance in polar bears, it is believed that most do not show a clear preference for using one particular paw. We sleep 25 years of our life. For some people it might be less, and for others more. 25 years is the average amount of time we spend sleeping in our lives. Sleep is an essential part of our overall well-being and health. During sleep, our body recovers and repairs itself, and our brain processes the information from the day. While it may seem like a long time, sleep is crucial for our daily functioning. It is recommended that adults sleep 7 to 9 hours per night, and even more for children and teenagers. It is important to establish healthy sleep routines and create an environment conducive to proper rest. Penguins are seabirds that have developed a special adaptation to survive in salty environments. They have special glands located near their eyes, called salt glands. These glands allow them to get rid of the excess salt they obtain by drinking seawater or eating marine fish. When a penguin ingests salty water or foods high in salt, its body absorbs the water and retains the salt. To eliminate that excess salt, the salt glands are activated and secrete a concentrated saline solution through the nasal passages. This saline solution is expelled in the form of droplets through the nostrils, preventing salt from accumulating in the penguin's body. This adaptation is essential for the survival of penguins, as it allows them to maintain an adequate salt balance in their bodies and prevents dehydration. One in a million? I'm talking about the god of the internet, Google, and many wonder where its name comes from, although many say it comes from the term Google, which means 1 followed by 100 zeros. That is false. Google was created by Larry Page and Sergey Brin in 1998, while they were graduate students at Stanford University. The original name of the search engine was Backrub, but they decided to change it to Google. The story behind the name is that it is derived from the word Google, but it was not chosen because it means 1 followed by a million, but because it reflects the company's mission to organize a vast amount of information available on the internet. Hummingbirds are known for their ability to flap their wings at an astonishing speed. These fantastic little creatures can perform between 50 and 80 flaps per second, allowing them to hover in the air almost stationary and even fly backward. This ability is due to the unique structure of hummingbird bodies and their high metabolism. Their wings are long and narrow, enabling them to generate great thrust with each flap. Additionally, the muscles that control wing movement are exceptionally strong and fast. Hummingbirds' ability to beat their wings so quickly is truly impressive and is a specialized adaptation that allows them to have a unique and agile flying style. When two people are deeply in love, something magical happens. Their heartbeats seem to find a shared rhythm. Science has shown that this is not just a mere romantic metaphor, but a tangible reality. As the emotional connection between two individuals intensifies, their heart rates tend to synchronize surprisingly well. This phenomenon is known as cardiac coupling and has been the subject of scientific research. Studies have shown that when couples gaze into each other's eyes for an extended period, their heart rhythms align and become more similar. Even when they are not physically together, the thought or anticipation of the presence of a loved one can influence heart rates. In summary, when two people are in love, their hearts find a way to communicate and synchronize at a biological level. Machu Picchu is an ancient Inca city located in Peru, known for its incredible architecture and natural beauty. Although it was not specifically built to withstand earthquakes, Inca engineers implemented clever techniques to mitigate seismic effects. They used precisely carved and interlocked stones without the use of mortar, allowing them to withstand ground movements by absorbing and redistributing the energy from earthquakes. Furthermore, the stepped terraces and retaining walls helped stabilize the structures. Although it has endured numerous earthquakes over the centuries, Machu Picchu has survived thanks to its sophisticated engineering, which has earned it recognition as an earthquake-resistant site. If you ever decide to move to Switzerland, it's better to keep this in mind. Guinea pigs are social animals and require companionship for their well-being. In Switzerland, there are regulations and laws that promote proper animal care. It is mandatory to provide an enriched environment and adequate companionship for guinea pigs. Therefore, having at least 2 guinea pigs in Switzerland is important to ensure their happiness and well-being. Otherwise, you would be committing animal cruelty. Additionally, it is essential to provide them with appropriate housing, a balanced diet, and regular veterinary care. France, with its rich history, culture, and beauty, attracts millions of tourists each year, being recognized as the most visited country in the world. With 89 million tourists annually in the city of Paris, featuring its iconic Eiffel Tower, the majestic Notre Dame Cathedral, and the charming River Seine, it is an iconic destination. In addition to Paris, France offers a diversity of stunning landscapes, such as the vineyards of the Bordeaux region, the sunny beaches of the French Riviera, and the imposing castles of the Loire Valley. French cuisine is another attraction, with its delicious cheeses, wines, and exquisite dishes like croissants, baguettes, and macarons. France is also famous for its art, housing world-renowned museums like the Louvre, which showcases masterpieces such as the Mona Lisa. Shrimp are marine crustaceans that have a peculiar characteristic. They have their heart located in their head. Unlike humans and other animals whose hearts are located in the chest, shrimp have evolved uniquely. Their heart is situated at the front of the head, near the eyes. This anatomical adaptation may seem surprising to those unfamiliar with the anatomy of these marine animals. This heart, known as a branchial heart, is responsible for pumping hemolymph, a blood-like fluid, through their circulatory system. Unlike the hearts of vertebrates, the branchial heart of shrimp is small and consists of a single dorsal tube that pumps hemolymph to the gills for oxygenation. A group of consumers banded together to sue Red Bull, the popular energy drink brand. The reason behind this lawsuit was that they argued Red Bull did not give them wings, contradicting its advertising slogan. They claimed that despite consuming the drink, they did not experience the promised energizing benefits. The group sought compensation for false advertising. The energy drink company had to pay $13 million to the group. Each member received a total of $10. Oh, I think the lawsuit didn't bear good fruit. Eucalcon aleocranianus, a carnivorous dinosaur that lived about 85 million years ago during the Cretaceous period, was discovered by scientists in 2021 in Argentina. Scientists uncovered a new species of dinosaur in Argentina. They state that what is most interesting about this species is its unusual skull, which has a helmet-like structure and 2 large openings in the back. It is believed that these openings may have been used to emit sounds or reduce the weight of the skull. The Eucalcon aleocranianus measured about 5 meters long and had a strong jaw with sharp teeth. There is a fruit called jackfruit, which when ripe has a sweet and delicious flavor reminiscent of chocolate pudding, although many believe its taste combines that of an apple and an orange. Others point out that it is very similar to mango, both in flavor and appearance. This tropical fruit is native to Southeast Asia and is known for its large size and fleshy pulp. Its unique texture and flavor make it a popular choice for preparing desserts and sweet dishes. The jackfruit is also a versatile fruit, as it can be used in savory recipes as a meat substitute. The actors who voice Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Wayne Oldwine and Rosie Taylor, were married in real life. Wayne began voicing Mickey in 1977, while Rosie Taylor became the voice of Minnie in 1986. Both developed a relationship during their work together and married in 1991. Their love transcended the screen, and they were a happy couple until Wayne's passing in 2009. Their marriage is a beautiful love story that transcended the iconic characters they portrayed. These wonderful machines are revolutionizing the way we manufacture objects and are also being used for the creation of human organs. Through bioprinting, tissues and complex biological structures can be printed using living cells and biocompatible materials. This holds the potential to change regenerative medicine and organ donation. Some organs, such as skin and the trachea, have already been successfully implemented and transplanted into patients. However, the bioprinting of more complex organs like the heart or liver is still in development and presents technical and ethical challenges. While much work remains to be done, 3D printing of organs promises to revolutionize healthcare and save lives in the future. Although it is loved and hated by others in the past, ketchup used to be marketed as medicine. In the late 19th century, it was believed to have healing properties and was marketed as a tonic for digestive problems and stomach ailments. It was attributed beneficial qualities due to ingredients like vinegar and spices. However, over time, it was discovered that these claims were exaggerated and unfounded. Fortunately, ketchup evolved to become the popular condiment we know today, primarily used on foods like hamburgers, fries, and hot dogs. Kim Kardashian, famous entrepreneur and television personality, has made recent headlines due to an unusual clause in her will. This clause, known as the Glamour Clause, stipulates that after her passing, an annual party must be organized in her honor, where guests are required to wear haute couture and enjoy a luxurious experience. Although it may seem surprising, an ostrich's eye is larger than its brain, and this fact is true. Despite being the largest bird in the world, the size of its brain is quite small in comparison to its body. However, its eye is much larger, providing it with excellent vision, allowing it to detect threats from a distance. There are 2 countries in the world where Coca-Cola is not available for purchase. The first is North Korea, a highly isolated country with an extremely restrictive government. International sanctions and government policy have led to the absence of foreign products, including Coca-Cola. The second country is Cuba, which has historically had trade restrictions with the United States. There is a village in Japan called Nagoro, where there are more rag dolls than people, and the person responsible for this curious case is local artist Ayano Tsukimi, who returned to her hometown after many years and noticed the decline in the population. To preserve the memory of the inhabitants, she began to create human-shaped rag dolls, representing real people who used to live there. Now, over 350 dolls fill the streets of Nagoro, from schools to farmland. What would you do for the love of your life? What better example than our friends, the penguins? You should know that when a male finds a potential mate, he searches for a stone and offers it to the female. If she accepts the stone, it means they are together and begin to build their nest. But the curious thing is that if the male cannot find a suitable stone, He will look for any nearby object, even a can or a leaf, and offer it in the same way. In its beginnings, McDonald's was a modest fast food stand in California, founded by brothers Richard and Morris McDonald in 1940. However, at that time, they did not sell hamburgers as we know them today. In fact, their menu mainly consisted of hot dogs, shakes, and coffee. It was in the 1940s when the McDonald brothers decided to change their focus and simplify their food preparation process. They introduced the concept of fast food service, where they focused on speed and efficiency to serve customers. They eliminated menu items that took too long to prepare and concentrated on hamburgers as their main product. This record is held by the famous fashion brand Gucci. The exclusive pants are made with high-quality materials and feature unique designs. Their record price reached the impressive figure of 3,014 years, making them an unparalleled luxury item. China is currently the country with the highest number of internet users in the world, with a population of over 1.412 billion people. China has experienced impressive growth in access to and use of the internet in recent years, with 1.050 billion users utilizing this wonderful technology. China's internet infrastructure is extensive and advanced, with many service providers and cutting-edge technology. However, it is worth mentioning that China also has a policy of censorship and strict control over online information, which has resulted in certain restrictions and limitations on freedom of expression and access to content online. Australia, the largest country in Oceania, has a coastline that is approximately 4,000 kilometers wide. On the other hand, the Moon has a diameter of about 3,474 kilometers. In terms of size, Australia is wider than the Moon, which means that if you could place the Moon horizontally over the surface of Australia, the Moon would not be large enough to completely cover the width of the continent. This comparison gives us an idea of the vastness of Australia and the relatively small scale of the Moon in comparison. That oasis of tranquility and privacy is a place where the mind finds the freedom to wander. Although it sounds surprising, multiple studies have shown that people are more creative while showering. The relaxing environment and lack of distractions stimulate the generation of fresh ideas and innovative solutions. The combination of hot water and the feeling of well-being promotes the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with creativity. Additionally, the shower provides a tech-free space, allowing the mind to flow and connect with original thoughts. Although it may seem like a fantasy creature, the unicorn has been an important symbol in Scottish history for centuries. It is said to represent strength, purity, and nobility. The connection of the unicorn with Scotland dates back to the 12th century, when it appeared on the royal seal of King William I. Since then, it has been a recognized emblem of the country and can be found on various coats of arms, flags, and iconic buildings in Scotland. On December 17, 1903, the Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, made history when they achieved the first powered flight of an airplane. This milestone occurred in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, United States. The airplane, named Flyer, had a wingspan of 12 meters and was equipped with a 12-horsepower engine. During its first flight, Orville piloted the Flyer, which traveled a distance of 36.5 meters and lasted 12 seconds. Nutmeg is a spice derived from the seed of the Myristica fragrans tree. Although it is commonly used in cooking to add flavor to dishes and beverages in large quantities, nutmeg contains a substance called myristicin that can have hallucinogenic effects. However, Consuming large amounts of nutmeg to experience these effects can be extremely dangerous and potentially toxic, as it can also cause serious side effects such as nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and heart palpitations. Lobster 1 in 2 million. This extremely low probability is due to the fact that most lobsters are brownish-green, which provides them with camouflage in their marine environment. However, in rare cases, bright blue lobsters have been recorded due to a genetic anomaly. These blue lobsters are considered a rarity and have captured the attention of scientists and nature lovers due to their uniqueness. Their dazzling appearance makes them a fascinating and coveted phenomenon for those lucky enough to encounter one. Created by a team from Stanford University, this computer uses the phenomenon of electrochemistry to perform calculations and processes using nothing but droplets of water as an energy source. Instead of relying on conventional electricity, it harnesses the ionic properties of water to carry out operations efficiently. This reduces dependence on traditional energy sources and may be more environmentally friendly. If you're about to travel or choosing your next destination, you should consider scheduling a visit to Skydeck, a skyscraper with 103 floors in Chicago, as thousands of influencers travel to this city to reach the top floor and achieve the perfect photo. With glass balconies called the Ledge that extend outwards, it has a very attractive feature. The entire building is made of glass, including the floor, and when you ascend over 400 meters in height, it feels like you are walking on clouds. There are various curiosities about Google, but there's one you might not know. It's a replica of Google's website that displays all content upside down, as if reflected in a mirror. The concept is called Google Mirror. You can search for it in your browser, as this idea is often used as a fun way to experiment with the interface and see how words and images would appear when inverted. The renowned South Korean cell phone brand Samsung has always surprised users with the various devices it launches into the market. In 2003, the brand released the Samsung SPHN270, inspired by the terminal used in the movie Matrix Reloaded. It wasn't the best cell phone, but it was a good strategy and highly sought after by fans of the film, as only 5,000 units capable of making calls were produced. We all remember the Twin Towers in 2001. However, there is one impressive fact linked to the King of Pop. It is said that on September 11th, Michael Jackson had a meeting in one of the skyscrapers, but the concert the previous day at Madison Square Garden left him so exhausted that he fell asleep and missed the planned meeting. If you thought that multicolored apples were the initial image of Great Apple, you're mistaken. One of Apple's curiosities is that the great Isaac Newton was the image of the brand's first logo in its early days. You could see the physicist under a tree with apples about to fall on his head, symbolizing inspiration and creativity. It may sound a little crazy, but there are 4 cities in the world where dying is illegal. In Lodermere, Norway, the temperature is so frigid that the corpses of the deceased do not decompose. In Celia, Italy, the leaders decided to create a law prohibiting residents from getting sick, as it had only 530 inhabitants in 2015, and 60% were over 65 years old. In Sarparanx, France, 13 years ago, the local government enacted a decree in protest of a law that wouldn't allow the cemetery to expand. Moreover, it is claimed that those who failed to comply would face severe punishment. And the fourth, Itsukushima, in Japan, is highlighted for being a sacred site full of positive energy. Jim Cummings, a renowned voice actor who voiced Winnie the Pooh, has engaged in a touching action by calling sick children in hospitals and speaking to them as if he were the Great Bear. With his iconic voice, Cummings brings a moment of joy and hope to these little warriors, gifting them smiles and making them forget, if only for a moment, their difficulties. As ludicrous as it may sound, in Cleveland, Ohio, it is illegal to hunt mice unless you have a license. This is due to a law that protects the lives and integrity of these small rodents, preventing inhumane practices. When you own a house and it is registered, your house receives an exclusive code that identifies its exact location, just like any address of a building, workplace, hospital, among others, through numbers and letters. The address is a unique combination that distinguishes your home from any other place on the planet. This curiosity was discovered by psychologist Julia Haas. In her study, she tells us that part of the brains of these little animals lights up just by seeing us. This feeling is quite similar to what we feel when we see a puppy. This idea suggests a positive view of our species from their unique perspective in the animal kingdom. Do you like elephants? As they say, everything in this world is connected, as the word cemetery comes from the Greek koimaterion, which means place to sleep. A bit eerie, but it is important to highlight that in this context, sleeping refers to the eternal rest of the deceased, not to common sleep. A curious fact about science, which is scientifically proven, is that a child inherits up to 80% of their intelligence from their mother, which is passed down through the greater genetic burden related to cognitive abilities. It has been demonstrated several times that the intelligence gene is located on the X chromosome, and since the mother contributes 2 X chromosomes, she would have double the chances of passing it on. An unusual phenomenon occurs on Jupiter and Saturn, where it rains diamonds due to extreme atmospheric conditions. Due to high pressure and low temperatures, hydrocarbon clouds form in the upper layers of the atmosphere. As these clouds sink into deeper layers, they undergo intense pressure, resulting in the formation of carbon crystals. These crystals fall into the planet's interior like a rain of diamonds, creating a unique phenomenon in the solar system. The University of Wisconsin has determined that it possibly rains 10 million tons annually. One of the largest monuments in the world, the Eiffel Tower, the famous work of Alexander Gustav Eiffel, receives around 7 million visitors each year and became one of the biggest nightmares for the Nazi leader. It is said that Hitler, during his time in France, did not manage to reach the top of the tower simply because he refused to climb 1,600 steps. The most expensive advertisement in history belongs to the prestigious brand Chanel, as in 2004, it spent around $33 million on an advertising campaign. The brand hired great actress Nicole Kidman and director Baz Luhrmann to create what is considered to this day the most expensive advertisement of all time. Both characters embodied a love story that unfolded in Chanel's grand logo. Lasting only 30 seconds, the advertisement became a true viral phenomenon. This fact may seem a bit odd or out of the ordinary, but a curiosity about Netflix is that it has now become a test of love. How is this possible? It is said that if you share your famous streaming platform password with your partner, you demonstrate the great affection and appreciation you have for them. With ghosts. This myth originates in Beijing, China, as it was believed that the photographic image was more than a mere visual representation. It contained a spiritual or energetic essence. Additionally, it was considered offensive to portray the emperor. Although many paranormal photographs have been seen around the world, photography is primarily regarded as a form of artistic expression, visual documentation, and communication tool without supernatural attributes. Would you believe me if I told you that Al Pacino and Facebook have a unique connection? When Mark Zuckerberg launched the social network in 2004, the logo consisted of a binary code painted in different colors that formed the face of actor Al Pacino, being cataloged as the Facebook type. But in 2007, the change was made to the original design that remains to this day. WhatsApp only has 55 employees. As you heard, a curiosity about the popular messaging application WhatsApp is how many people make up its workforce. Despite being used by millions of people worldwide, the 55 workers behind this great social network demonstrate the efficiency and innovation of the company. Teeth have three main layers composed of various mineral tissues. One of them is dental enamel, which is made up of 95% of a mineral called hydroxyapatite, which is also present in bones but in a smaller percentage. This mineral provides such hardness that it can be compared to that of gold, silver, and even diamond. The enamel of human teeth has such remarkable durability that it can resist decay for hundreds of years. Thanks to teeth, we know that the first humans who traveled from Africa to China departed around 80,000 years ago.